Welcome to the next edition of the SEACT interview series. Today we have Allie Velleca, who also happens to be the Vice President of the SEACT board. Hi, Allie. How are you today?
I'm so great, Stacey. How are you? Good.
So, would you tell us a little bit about what you do and who you're with?
Sure. I am with AECOM and I am stationed in Atlanta, although I've been working from the satellite Marietta office for a little over a year. And I support our national practice. So we dabble in TDM projects kind of all over the country. And so I jump in and pitch a helping hand as needed. So I work on a project in Connecticut, CT Rides. I support the commuter crew in Baton Rouge. We're doing some telework work in Houston and recently finished up some van pool work in Washington State.
Wow, that's great. So, a lot of variety with a lot of different locations. That must be really interesting just on a day to day basis.
Yeah, I formerly was with the Georgia Commute Options program in Metro Atlanta, which is actually how I got my start in TDM back in 2011 here in Atlanta. And so after about 8 or 9 years on that project, there was an opportunity to support our national practice. So I went from wearing one hat for one project, but dabbling in lots of different elements of the project versus now I support many projects kind of focusing and honing in on one specific task for those different projects.
That's great. Speaking of starting in TDM, how did you find your way to TDM?
The short version is I had a background in printing and I liked the printing industry, but I hated being in the office all day. And then I transitioned from that to teaching dance, which was my extracurricular that I did growing up. And that was never in front of a computer, constant moving all day long. And so I was looking for something else. And a friend of mine was working at the Clean Air Campaign at the time in Atlanta. And as he was describing the job, it seemed like a little bit of in the office, a little bit of getting out and talking to people and being active in the community. And so I thought, let me give this a try. And here I am, still here.
I find that fascinating. Dance and printing. I mean, who would have thunk it? And it's obviously a great fit.
Great fit.
So, as mentioned, you're also the SEACT Vice President. How did you come to that role, and what do you do in that role?
Because of the transition from the Georgia Commute Options program into supporting the national practice, I had a little bit of additional opportunities within my schedule to dedicate to something else. And so the elections were happening for SEACT, and I was like, this might be a really good way for me to expand my network, meet new people, especially as my role was changing at work. And so I nominated myself, whatever you do, and here I am. So it's been really fun the last 2 years getting to work with the board, meeting new folks like you and other folks. So it's been really fun.
Good. Yes, the SEACT group, they are a really fun group. I highly recommend if you can run for a position if one opens up to do so. So now, enough about the official duties stuff. Please pick a number between 1 and 8.
Let's do 7.
7. Oh, if you could be a professional athlete, what sport would you play and why?
I would be a gymnast. I would go to the Olympics. I'd be a part of I forget what they're called, not the Final Four, the Fabulous Four, the whatever it is. I would be a gymnast and I would be at the Olympics and it would be incredible. I think gymnasts are amazingly strong, disciplined, talented, artistic. That 100%.
Well, I have to agree with all of that. I think gymnasts are absolutely amazing, and I can definitely appreciate the admiration. And if you had to be something, I think that's definitely right there at the top. Well, thank you so much for letting us know a little bit more about you, Allie. We certainly appreciate it. And join us next time for the next in the SEACT interview series. Thanks so much.